Lacey here with the Sweet Pea Chef, and OMG, how have I not shared my pumpkin pie recipe with you yet? So as you may know, I recently asked for some fall recipes. You wanted me to hashtag make it healthy, and I chose to do chicken pot pie, which turned out absolutely delicious. But I had so many other requests to make also a pumpkin pie healthy. So that is definitely one that I wanted to get to this year, and I'm so excited to share it today. So I decided to choose the first person to request it on Instagram, and that was at Polymoni34, Polymoni34, Polymoni34. However you say it, it's on the screen so you know who you are, and thank you so much for being the first of many to request pumpkin pie for a Make It Healthy fall recipe. And because you got chosen, you get this cool shirt. I'm gonna send this on out to you. This is my hashtag a Sweet Pea Chef shirt, which I send out to all Make It Healthy winners, so thank you very much. Real quick, if you are not yet a subscriber, make sure you go hit that bell so you get notifications of whenever I release a video, and subscribe to my channel. I share healthy, clean eating recipes every week, plus health and wellness tips and all sorts of goodness, so you definitely should subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks for tuning in. All right, you guys ready to make some healthy pumpkin pie already? All right, let's get started. So this healthy pumpkin pie has the perfect texture, the perfect flavors. It is so good. I use the same recipe for my butterless pie crust, which uses whole wheat pastry flour and coconut oil instead of more refined ingredients. This is actually the same recipe I also used in my chicken pot pie recipes if you watched that. So if you want to learn how to make that butterless pie crust so we have this entire recipe from scratch, head on over to my recipe video and then come on back so we can make the filling. Keep in mind for that butterless pie crust that we only need half of that recipe because we're not going to be needing a top for our pie crust because pumpkin pie only has a bottom pie crust. All right, so time to make our filling. So we're going to start preheating our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to add in our pumpkin pie puree. Make sure when you're shopping at the store that you do not buy pumpkin pie mix. They are very different. Pumpkin pie mix has all sorts of extra ingredients in there, including sugar. So we do not want that. We want just plain old pumpkin puree. If you have never made pumpkin puree from scratch, it is so easy, and the flavor and the texture really does make a difference. You just get a pie pumpkin, slice it in half, scoop out all of the seeds, and then you just place it face down in the oven and you bake it until it's tender. Then you just remove the pumpkin flesh from the skin and put it into a food processor or a mixer and blend it until smooth. And then you have pumpkin puree. It's so easy and the taste is so delicate. It's really, really good. That being said, I'm using pumpkin puree from a can today, so they both work. It's no biggie. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, whether it's homemade or canned. They both will come out tasty. Also, since we are on the topic of making everything from scratch, I want to share with you how to quickly make your own pumpkin spice mix. Because that way you don't have to just buy that little container of pumpkin spice mix at the store, and if you run out, you always know how to make it on your own. And you can also alter the flavors to just make it taste perfect for you. Seriously, all pumpkin spice mix is a mixture of 5 easy ingredients. And those are ground cinnamon, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, ground cloves, and allspice. Mix that together and poof, you have your own pumpkin spice mix. I make extra and I keep it in the pantry and I just grab it whenever I need it to add to like some coffee or on top of some pancakes, and it's just so easy to have. Getting back to our pumpkin pie filling, whether it's canned or pureed, we're gonna have our pumpkin puree in our mixing bowl. Follow that with some full-fat Greek yogurt, coconut sugar, eggs, unsweetened almond milk, or any milk of your choosing as long as it's unsweetened, melted and cooled coconut oil, vanilla extract, our pumpkin spice mix, and a little sea salt, and then stir with a whisk to completely combine everything. If you want to make this a vegan pumpkin pie, that is very easy to do as well. Just replace your full-fat Greek yogurt with an equal amount of a plant-based Greek yogurt. Make sure it's unsweetened and it has no added flavor. And then also you can replace your eggs with a little bit of extra pumpkin puree, or you can use a flax egg. The reason why I like to add in a little bit of Greek yogurt into this pumpkin pie is that it adds a little bit of oomph and density to the mix. Gives it a nice texture, and it gives it a little bit of extra kick, but it does not make it taste like a pumpkin cheesecake. It definitely is gonna come through with that pumpkin flavor. All right, now we're gonna grab our prepared pie crust, and then we're gonna pour carefully our pumpkin pie mix into our pie crust. We don't wanna fill it completely to the top because it will kind of move around as you transfer it into the oven. You wanna get it mostly all the way full. Okay, so we've all bought a pre-made pumpkin pie at the store before, right? You buy it, has a little clear top on it, and it's so easy, and you're like, woohoo, I'm having pumpkin, this is gonna be a healthy pie. You're gonna bring it, you're gonna have a delicious Thanksgiving dinner, and you're not gonna be any wiser to all of the refined ingredients that you just ate. Seriously, the next time you're at the store, turn that pie over, take a look at the ingredients that are in there. It's high fructose corn syrup, it's added coloring, it's so much added sugar and unnecessary added chemicals that we just do not need. And then we are going to transfer it into the oven and bake for about 45 to 65 minutes. The center is not gonna be completely solid, but it's gonna have a slight jiggle to it, but not nearly as liquidy as it is when you put it in the beginning. Because if you overcook it, the center of the pie will start to crack and it'll start to pull away from the edges. So you wanna get it just to the point of cooked all the way through. Also, if it looks a little bit jiggly, that's okay, because when we take it out and we let it cool down and we transfer it into the refrigerator, it'll set even more. So even if it's a tiny bit jiggly when you remove it from the oven, that's what we want because it will solidify when it cools. Okay, so while our pie is cooling, I have to show you how to make your own vegan whipped cream. All right, to make this whipped cream, which is vegan, paleo, and keto, by the way, which is really awesome, we're gonna grab a refrigerated can of full-fat coconut milk. And we're just gonna scrape out the top portion of the coconut cream in the top. That's the hardened portion. You're gonna have coconut milk at the bottom that's a lot more liquidy. You can save that for another recipe. We don't need that for this. So scoop out that hardened coconut cream, add it into a large mixing bowl. Follow that up with some pure maple syrup, vanilla extract, and a little sea salt. And then we're gonna beat this together using a hand mixer. If you had a stand mixer, you could use this as well, or even a blender would work. You basically just wanna get everything mixed together and really smooth. And as you blend it all together, you'll notice that the whipped cream starts to get nice and fluffy and starts to really look like whipped cream. Seriously, see, like how easy is that to make? And you can just keep a can of full-fat coconut milk in like the back of your fridge, and then you know anytime if you need some whipped cream, which we've all been in that position, I know we have, just grab it out of the fridge and make your own homemade whipped cream. After your pie is mostly cooled, you can transfer it into the refrigerator. It'll stay refrigerated for a good 3 to 4 days. I like to top it with a little bit of plastic wrap or put it in some sort of airtight container. So if you want to make this pie ahead of time and then serve it for Thanksgiving, that works as well. It's shockingly easy to make all of this from scratch, and your taste buds and all of your guests will thank you for it. Check out my butterless pie crust recipe video, and I have a complete healthy Thanksgiving playlist that you should check out as well. If you have not subscribed yet, do that right now and go check out those videos. Let me know if you have any Make It Healthy requests in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.